Dear viewers, welcome back to another. In this video, we will discuss the concept of conjunctions. Particularly, our focus will be on the coordinating conjunctions and their usage. As you already know that these conjunctions are the joining words. They are used to join clauses together to make different kind of sentences, compound, complex, and complex compound. And we use them. They are very much beneficial for you. So basically, there are three categories of conjunctions: coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions as well. We will discuss the other types in detail in other video, but in this video, our only focus will be the usage of coordinating conjunctions. So coordinating conjunctions simply connects or join two clauses of equal importance, or in simple words, you can say that coordinating conjunctions are used to join two independent clauses together to make compound sentences. So they are very much beneficial. So fortunately, there are not much conjunctions coordinating. There are only 7 coordinating conjunctions, and to keep retain it in your mind, you can abbreviate them as fanboys. And the full form of fanboys is for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. These sevens are the coordinating conjunctions, and use them to connect two independent clauses and make compound sentences. We'll use them here. Begin with the first coordinating conjunction, that is for. Many of the students mistaken this for, or they are wrongly using it. Here, as a coordinating conjunction, for is used not as a preposition, but for is used as a word that gives a reason. It is used in the sense of because, that is used in the sense of giving a reason. For example, if you said that, can you grab the book off the shelf, for I am not tall enough to reach it. So it is used in the sense of reason here. For example, let me give you another example. I was late for the class, for I woke up late in the morning. So for is used in the sense of giving a reason. The second one is and. I went to the park. This is one independent clause, and another independent clause is I went down the slide. So to connect these two independent clauses together, we use the word and in the middle, and it gives us a compound sentence. And one thing you have to keep in mind here is you have to use a comma before the coordinating conjunction. Sometimes it is a mere preference, you can say that. Even in British and American, there is a matter of difference that some people don't use comma before, but that's also fine. But it is a common practice that we use a comma before coordinating conjunction. So the third one is nor. Nor is used in the sense of neither of the two options, right? When you are not left with any option, canceling both the options, that is used in the sense of nor. Mike doesn't like doing his homework, nor does he like going to school. So this means that Mike doesn't like both of these works, so we use nor here. Then but again, contrast, opposite things. The students all wanted pizza for the party, but no one wanted to buy it. So here it is used in the contrast of opinions. Opposite is there. Or is used when we have two alternatives, two options, we have to opt one of them. We could go get ice cream, or we could go get pizza. Yet yet is used when you are not done with the something, or something is expected, you are not done with the assignment yet. And yet is also used in the sense of contrast as well, in the sense of although as well. You can say that projects can be really exciting, yet बावजूद despite that, yet they can be really hard work. So is used to give a consequence of something, or cause and effect relationship. right, to affect. For example, it is raining, so what is the effect of it or consequence of that? It's raining, so we will stay inside. So this is the use of coordinating conjunctions. Thank you for watching this video.